My beautiful besties. Today I just want to go over my favorite camera things that I have collected along the way and things I wish I would have known before starting my camera collection. Also, throughout the video, if you hear any snoring, no, it's not you from me talking too much. It's this little one that decided she wanted to come in my room and take a nap right as I was about to film, and she just refuses to move, so don't mind her little piggy snorts. Without further ado, let's get started. The first camera slash lens that I want to tell you guys about is the one that I'm actually filming on right now, which is the Sony a7 III with the Tamron 28-70 f2.8 lens. That was a lot. I purchased the Sony a7 III probably 2 or 3 years ago now, and I have loved it. I have never looked back from getting that camera. I have loved it every second that I have had it. And when I bought it, I got it with a student discount, so I paid about $1,700 for it at the time, and I genuinely think it has been the best purchase of my life. I originally started out with a Sony a6000, and that was just a small little camera that really got me involved with Sony, and there is just something about the way that a Sony camera feels and the pictures and videos that it produces. I used to shoot with Canon all the time, and then I got the Sony a6000, and truly I don't think I could ever touch a non-Sony camera again. Also, when I got this lens, the Tamron, I have barely taken it off of my camera, and I did a lot of research before getting the Tamron because I know that it's a little bit of an investment, right, for a lens. I was like, why is it so expensive? Well, I understand why now, because it is heavy-duty, quality glass with a large aperture, meaning better background blur, and that's what I really look for, and that's one of the things I wish I would have realized when I had started my camera collection, because I was getting a bunch of lenses, but I had no idea really what they were for, or why they were on the cheaper side. Well, you want a larger aperture, because the better background blur, the better quality of glass is really going to make a difference between a better shoot versus a lackluster shoot, if you will. So those two things are my first very favorite. My next favorite addition to my camera collection was the Sony a7C, which I just got this past winter, and I paired it with the Sony 20mm lens with a 1.8 aperture, so that is really good. And I have absolutely loved this camera and lens combination. I've really loved the 20mm focal length because it is just wide enough to give me a nice little vlogging lens, and it's also super light. That was one of the only downsides to the Tamron and my a7 III was just the weight of trying to carry it around, especially when I was trying to vlog and hold it up. I give so much credit to vloggers because just holding this little camera alone like this, that's a workout. Are you kidding me? My arms would be like burning after it. I was like, dang, I am freaking yoked right now. But yeah, I've absolutely loved this camera, and truly the only downside to the a7 III is no flip out screen. I love this flip out screen, and I know that some people prefer for the screens to flip up to the top. I don't really care because I find myself looking at the screens anyway, so maybe it's a good thing that the a7 III doesn't have a screen, because then I'm actually looking into the lens, talking to you, and not talking to myself off to the side, which I do far too much with this one. I honestly also have no complaints about this camera other than the fact that, yes, the grip that they made for this camera was smaller and shallow, even for me, and I don't really have big hands. But I also understand that I know that was a big complaint with this camera, but they made this camera to be small and compact, so I know the reasoning that they did that, and I easily fixed that issue with pairing it with a small rig cage for this camera, and that had an additional grip on it, which works just perfectly. Actually, it makes it really perfect because then it just fits in the palm of your hand, and I love it. Both Sony cameras shoot in 4K, which is absolutely amazing. The quality that you get from it is just superb. I genuinely am so happy with it. We'll just keep rolling on the Sony train because this next one I actually already made a first impressions on. If you saw my other video, this little ZV-1, I just got this one actually this month, and probably about 3 weeks ago now. I didn't know how to feel about it. I had too high of expectations. I really thought it was going to be this quality in this body. And that's totally on me because there's just no way, right? Like if they could make this in this size, they would. So I really like this camera, and the only thing that something that bothers me about this camera is the lens focal length. I wasn't sure what it was the last time when I made my first impressions because I didn't want to look up anything. I just wanted it to be literally my first impression. The lens is I believe 24 to 70 millimeter. So it's very similar to the Tamron length that I have now, but 24 millimeters, so at its widest, it's still pretty cropped in to hold as a vlogging camera. So that I'm not too fond of, but truly for the size, this camera, I am so happy with it. It records in 4K. It is literally like 1 or 2 pounds and has a flip out screen, which you know I just love. My complaint about it last time was how grainy the images were coming out. I was like, there's so much grain, which I do understand sometimes can happen with smaller camera bodies and whatnot. Like these cameras the camera I'm filming on now is definitely made to push the boundary on ISO and have a nighttime photography direction, whereas this is not. This is just pick up and go, kind of for content creators, vloggers, what have it. I also did realize, which may be on me, I left the ISO settings in auto, and on both my other cameras I shoot in manual, so I adjust everything from aperture, shutter speed, ISO, and on this camera I did not. So it was really bumping up the ISO where I normally would not. I leave my stuff underexposed and then brighten it up in post. So since I've done that, the quality has been better. There's been less grain, but I really do just like this too because it's not as expensive as my other 2 cameras, so I'm a lot more comfortable taking this pretty much everywhere with me, just throwing it in a bag and not having to worry so much about it. And it is so much smaller, it literally fits in my backpack in like a little fanny pack. It is so light and compact. I really, really have loved this camera too. Ooh, going along with this camera, I really wanted a nice little tripod / vlogging thing, and I didn't want to pay for the little Sony vlogging tripod. So I went on Amazon and found this bad boy, Ulanzi, Ulanzi, I think. This tripod is absolutely amazing. It comes with 2 quick release plates, which I have attached to this cage that I bought for the ZV-1. So I can just quickly, literally, like snap it in like that, or flip it vertical, snap it in like that, and then goes out to a little tripod, or I could just hold it, vlog with it. I really love this tripod. Speaking of tripods, I have been on the hunt for a good little tripod. I only have a bigger one that is definitely not a vlogging tripod, or a smaller one, which my dad gave me, but it's like tilted, so I always have to adjust it and I just don't trust it, right? So I did a little Googling, a little searching, found this on Amazon, and I've loved it. This thing. This is the newer desktop tripod, and first of all, I love this brand, honestly, and this tripod is such good quality. It was like 40 or 50 bucks, which comparatively was not a lot. I haven't been a fan of these swivel ball heads before, but I actually am very surprised at how sturdy it is, and I love that like these legs will snap into place, and like right now, I mean, if I set it down, like that thing's not going anywhere. It is such high quality, so sturdy, and then if I want to make it a desktop tripod, I can literally adjust it so it lays flat, and I can adjust it so the legs come all the way up if I want to close it all up. So this thing is so small, also so lightweight, and overall just truly amazing quality. Look at that. Are you kidding me? Throw that in a backpack? Oh, please. That's amazing. And then it just snaps. Has a bunch of different heights that you can snap the legs to. This would be like almost flat on a desk, and then you can snap it down a little bit more. You can hold it out for vlogging. It's really nice. I really appreciate the quality of this tripod. So funny story with this next one. I have loved my GoPro Hero 9. Now, what's funny about this is I purchased this GoPro in the summer, pretty much right when I got home from Florida. I went out and got a GoPro because my other one, my old Hero 6, I believe, stopped working, and I was going paddleboarding and I really wanted to capture those moments. Obviously, I'm not going to take any other camera out on the water where I'm probably going to fall in. Absolutely not. So I was like, I need a GoPro. So they were having a special where it was like $50 off, and I should have known. I should have done research because normally I do, and I was just like, no, I want it. Let's buy it. So I buy it. I kid you not, 2 weeks later, the Hero 10 comes out, and I got the Hero 9. So I was really disappointed, but overall, the Hero 9 records in 4K, and honestly, I have loved the quality. Going from my Hero 6 to the Hero 9 was a huge jump in improvement, and really the reason that I also made the jump to the Hero 9 was because Peter McKinnon actually really liked the Hero 9, and he is one of my biggest inspirations when it comes to photography, videography, and he honestly could sell me anything because I trust his word so much, and he really liked the Hero 9, so I was like, fine, I'll just get it. Well, thank you, Peter McKinnon, because now I was stuck with the Hero 9, and then 2 weeks later, the Hero 10 came out. So, but that's okay. I also love to take this with me and throw it in my bag with me. It's pretty good quality, not the best. I will say that I think the ZV-1 is a little bit better quality, but mind you, again, the size. I don't know if you can really compare it fairly, but still, I love these, and they serve different purposes. Now, last but not least, I don't know if I said that already, but this is truly the last thing that okay, big time psych. The other thing that I really love is this Rode microphone. I don't remember what version it is, but I'm pretty sure there's only one kind that looks like this with the battery pack. And I really thought that I paid like $60 for it because I recently looked and it's a lot more than that. And I don't remember. There's no way that I would justify the price it is now. And I got this like 2 years ago. Anyway, I've had this microphone for about 2 years and I have loved it. I'm trying out a new microphone right now. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to keep it. It's another Rode one. It's their really small shotgun mic. I don't know yet. But this one has been my baby since I got it. Now, last but not least, and I really mean it this time, this is my favorite thing that I've gotten. Hold tight. For every camera lover, you always need a safe place to carry your gear with you, right? Can't just throw it in a normal backpack. So I have previously had the Brevite backpack. I think that's how you say it. And I like it. It's fine. But I was realizing that with the winter and kind of where I'm traveling in the next few months, I kind of wanted a better protective backpack or storage for my cameras. So I found this off of Amazon and I'm so excited because it's so pretty. This is the brand, I believe it's called Mosiso. I hope I said that right. I probably didn't. I absolutely love this backpack. It is a hard shell, weatherproof backpack. And it also has a nice little laptop case. So I can carry my laptop in here too. But it's nice because then this front portion opens up. And it has all these different compartments to hold a camera up here, down here. You can readjust because they're all Velcro. And you can hold a bunch of lenses in them, put a drone in there, whatever the case may be. I am really excited to take this on some upcoming adventures with me, and I just love the color of the outside too. I love how it has the little flowers on it, and it's just very cute, and I'm really excited. And honestly, I would probably use this as my school backpack if I could. Now, the biggest things that I wish I would have realized before starting this whole camera collection, I wish I would have realized how important it is to make smart choices for the long-term investment, because when I started, I was just buying lenses left and right, and I was buying the APS-C, so the crop sensor lenses, which are totally fine, but now that I have full frame, I wish I would have just started out with the full frame lenses, because long-term, I would have kept those around a lot more than, I didn't use the APS-C anymore because I now shoot with full frame opposed to crop sensor. And I truly am so happy with all my purchases. I think that I am now starting to build a very long-term, worthwhile investment, if you will. I will try and remember to link everything that I can, but if I forget and you want to see anything and check it out for yourself, just let me know in the comments. And I hope you have an amazing day, week, month, whenever you're watching this. Go out and live an amazing life and be kind to others. Mwah. So for every Pepper, really? Do you like my cameras? Are you happy with my camera investments? Is that a yes? Do you love me?